Wednesday will mark 50 years since the world lost a legendary civil rights icon, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And Indy has a place in history as a city that remained calm on that tragic night when others around the nation erupted in violence. Only on RTV6 tonight, we zero in on one of the reasons why and the memories of those who heard Senator Bobby Kennedy speak here in Indianapolis on the night Dr. King was killed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only going to talk to you just for a minute or so this evening because I have some very sad news for all of you.
I think everyone should know about it. Hoosiers should know about it. Citizens of Indianapolis should, but I think Americans should know about this.
There are Hoosiers here who believe there's a lesson we can all still learn from a few words spoken in a small park at 17th and Broadway in Indianapolis the night of April 4th, 1968.
That was a powerful speech that really changed the direction of the city's response to a tragic event.
I have some very sad news for all of you, and I think sad news for all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. And that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis.
Now, 50 years later, Jim Trulock strolls by the bronze monument near the spot where he listened to Senator Robert F. Kennedy deliver that news to a large crowd, mostly made up of African Americans.
Well, really everyone here was looking forward to that campaign speech, and it turned out to be, of course, not that at all, but something more deeply rooted and more profound, and indeed the best speech I've ever heard.
When Kennedy learned about Dr. King's assassination, he tossed out his presidential campaign speech and spoke as a compassionate leader.
It was the words of love that Robert Kennedy spoke that allowed us to leave there peacefully and go home and be one of the few cities that did not erupt in violence that evening.
State Senator Jean Breaux's mother was in the crowd that night. Her colleague John Bartlett remembers the night too and recognizes what Kennedy's words did for our capital city that night.
It was a time when this city could have engulfed in violence. They were setting things afire across this nation, but not here.
I cried. I think many people in the audience cried.
For Jim Trulock, who was 30 at the time, that speech on the night of Dr. King's death taught him a lesson that shaped the rest of his life.
To seek commonality, and where we find it, to build on it. We are all in this together.
But the vast majority of white people and the vast majority of black people in this country want to live together, want to improve the quality of our life, and want justice for all human beings that abide in our land.
Over the last few months, there has been a ramped-up effort in Congress to turn MLK Park, where Senator Kennedy spoke, into a national commemorative site. The House and Senate have both passed a bill, and it's now waiting on President Trump's signature.